I just yawned like 2 seconds ago, but it's very late. I'm not sure if anybody who's usually here is going to be here. It's very late, I'm not gonna lie. But we will be reading week 9, chapter 9 of the Master Key System. Listen, I've been MIA this week, and I don't have a really good reason to be hot. I've just been enjoying my week, playing some Rocket League. Ain't nobody in my house. You feel me? Ooh, turning back part 9 easily. But, wasn't nobody in my house. I really just wanted to chill. My joint looked mad crooked. It's crazy. I really just wanted to chill. You feel me? And that's what I did. But I was expecting to stream earlier, but I had to work today, and that I figured it out, but we figured it out at the very last minute. So it was like 6 hours. Like 6 hours is what it is though. But I will be reading chapter 9 of the Master Key System, the complete original edition by Charles F&L. I really mess with this version. I really like the keys. It's also really soft touch, for real. The pages feel different. If you like this book and you want to read this book for yourself, I do recommend this version. Nice feel to the hands, I ain't gonna lie. It's a great feeling on the fingertips. I ain't gonna hold you. But we've done week 1 through 8 so far. In week 1, just to go over real quick, and just a precursor, because I had this conversation with myself a couple days ago. I should precursor this. These are only techniques, right? Techniques are things that you use, or tools like these books, or things you use temporarily. They're not something you stick to forever, because then you become like an addict, right? Or you stop believing you can do something without that thing, right? So these things are meant to be used temporarily, right? You're supposed to use these, gain your ability, and then not come back to this again, right? And then once you have practiced enough, it'll become like innate, natural. You feel me? So that's the whole point. Is not to keep doing it forever. Hey, what's up? Hi, welcome to the chat, right? But I just want to make sure I say that before we get started reading. But let's go over what we've done so far, right? So week 1, what the exercise he wanted us to do. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. What's up, Alex? What's up? And week 1, what he wanted us to do, he wanted us to sit quietly for 15 minutes and just not interact with our thoughts. Any noise that came up, any thoughts that came up, just not interact with it, right? And what that showed you, right, is that you're not the noise, you're not your thoughts. Your thoughts and you are not the same thing, right? And then it kind of disassociates you with your mind, for real. And then you realize you're not your mind, right? You're more than your mind, right? And week 2, we did the same type of exercise, 15 minutes of silence, but this time he wanted us to shush any noise, any thoughts that came up, right? What this allows you to see is that you have the power. You have the power to, at any time, at any moment, to be like, I'm not listening to this right now. It allows you to disassociate with your mind again. Remind yourself that you're not your mind, right? You're more than your mind, right? And it just lets you, hey, what's up, chat? Unbelievable. What's up, unbelievable? But yeah. So it allows you to help you disassociate with the mind, with those thoughts and everything like that, right? And it allows you to see that you have the power over all of that. At any time, at any moment, you can be like, I ain't listening to this noise. In week 3, he wanted us to work on our bodies, right? What this also helped you with is disassociating with your mind again, because it makes you not think that you're always in your head. You have a body. Remember, you have a body, right? Hey, what's up? What's up, Zoe? Welcome to the chat. You have a body, right? Hey, appreciate it, unbelievable. Appreciate that. So you have your body, right? And thanks for the likes on the stream, for real. Hey, what's up, Joseph? What's up? Welcome to the stream. And your job is to take care of yourself, right? So in this meditation for week 3, we sat quietly again. We not now, maybe later, to our thoughts, and then we just went into our body, right? I was just reading this book a minute ago, and it gave me a great technique, a great practice you can do to get into your body and to remind yourself to relax, right? In The Power of Now, I'm just reading it. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm 27. I just turned 27 this year on the 15th of November. But in The Power of Now, it really goes into the fact that you need to when you need to feel your emotions for real. You got to feel yourself, but you don't fall into your emotions, right? You are not your emotions. You feel me? But allowing yourself to feel your emotions keeps you from having all of these little things that cause dis-ease in your body, right? Keeps you from having ailments, keeps you from getting sick, stuff like that. But allowing yourself to feel that stuff, but not get lost in it, allows you to let it go. You feel me? And in week 3, he was showing us a letting go of all that dis-ease exercise by getting quiet and going through our body and reminding our body that it's cool. We're in a safe spot. Why do you have Vegeta instead of Goku? I got both. Don't get it twisted. First appearance. Hold up. Sorry, chat. First appearance, Super Saiyan Goku. Don't get it twisted. But back to what I was just saying. That was week 3, right? Yep, week 3. Just go into your body. You're in a safe spot. You're in a safe space. You can relax, right? And you're in Korea, probably in the house when you're doing this. You're in a safe spot. You can relax. It's cool. In week 4, we hop into week 4. Yeah, it was in a cut. It was in a cut. It's understandable. It's understandable. But in week 4, we expanded upon week 2, right? It was more mental space exercises, right? What we did there was we got quiet again. We did our 15 minutes, not maybe related to our thoughts, relax our body. And then when the mental space, now you want to go to your mental space to clean up sometimes, right? From the thoughts that come in are sporadic and they influence the different ways that your patterns of your thought work, right? What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? Reader, welcome to the stream. And influence your different thought patterns, right? He wanted us to go back into our mental space, back into our mind, right? And clean up, right? He wanted us to go in there and clean up. So you got quiet, you relaxed your body, and then you cleaned up your mental space. So how do you clean up your mental space? What's a good way to clean up your mental space? I know people have overused this, but affirmations are amazing. You got to remember what affirmations actually are. That's you telling yourself what you would normally tell yourself on a daily basis. When you make a bucket playing basketball, you say that was nice. If you get good grades and on the test, you be like, yeah, I did that. That's what affirmations are. You feel me? It's just you reminding yourself that you dope, you cool, you're a dope person. That's what an affirmation is, right? So a good way to clean up a possibly negative mind space is with affirmations. Other tools as well, but it's mad easy. You do it every day anyways, you might as well. It's bad funny. But yeah, so week 4, was a way to remind you to clean up your mental space. And our saying for that was, it's okay, it's working out, right? So a direct counter to the fear that comes up, and fear comes from thinking something that's not going to work out, is a phrase like, it's okay, it's working out. Direct counter, you feel me? Like Meliodas from 7 Deadly Sins. And then week 5 through 8 have been different varieties of visual exercises. Week 8 was not really exercise and visual, but 5 through 7 were visual exercises. Week 8 was more along the lines of what we were previously doing, and now we're going to hop into week 9. Finally got to the reading. I'm sorry it took so long, but we are here. The Master Key System, part 9, week 9 of 24. Stay tuned. So let's get to reading. This part tells of the fundamental principle, the imperative condition, the immutable law underlying every successful business, relation, or social condition. It tells of the law by which you may make yourself irresistible, by which you may sweep away every form of discord, inharmony, and doubt. It tells the secret of the solution to every problem. It explains that there are only three things which all mankind requires for complete happiness and development. It tells what they are and how they may be had. Introduction to Part 9. In this part, you may learn to fashion the tools by which you may build for yourself any condition you desire. If you wish to change conditions, you must change yourself, your whims, your wishes, your fancies. Your ambitions may be thwarted at every step, but your inmost thoughts will find expression just as certainly as the plant springs from the seed. Suppose then we desire to change conditions. How are we to bring this about? The reply is simple. By the law of growth. Cause and effect are as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of material things. Hold in mind the condition desired, affirm it as an already existing fact. This indicates the value of a powerful affirmation. By constant repetition, it becomes a part of ourselves. We are actually changing ourselves. We are making ourselves what we want to be. Character is not a thing of chance, but it is a result of continued effort. If you are timid, vacillating, self-conscious, or if you are an over-anxious or harassed by thoughts of fear of impending danger, remember that it is axiomatic that two things cannot exist in the same place at the same time. Exactly the same thing is true in the mental and spiritual world, so that your remedy is plainly to substitute thoughts of courage, power, self-reliance, and confidence for those of fear, lack, and limitation. So I've noticed a lot in this book, right, that this seems out of order. I really think the way they wrote this in this book is very out of order. So I always remain cognizant of that when I read this book. Other than that, I really like this book, but for some reason, this seems out of order. But get back to the reading. The easiest and most natural way to do this is to select an affirmation which seems to fit your particular case. The positive thought will destroy the negative as certainly as light destroys darkness, and the result will be just as effectual. Act is the blossom of thought, and conditions are the result of action, so that you constantly have in your possession the tools by which you will certainly and inevitably make or unmake yourself. And joy or suffering will be the reward. I wanted to say result. Part 9. There are only three things which can possibly be desired in the world without, and each of them can be found in the world within. The secret of finding them is to simply apply the proper mechanism of attachment to the omnipotent power to which each individual has access. 2. The three things which all mankind desires and which are necessary for his highest expression and complete development are health, wealth, and love. All will admit that health is absolutely essential. No one can be happy if the physical body is in pain. All will not so readily admit that wealth is necessary, but all must admit that a sufficient supply, at least, is necessary. And what would be considered sufficient for one would be considered absolute and painful lack for another. And as nature provides not only enough but abundantly, wastefully, lavishly, we realize that any lack or limitation is only the limitation which has been made by an artificial method of distribution. 3. All will probably admit that love is the third, or some will say the first, essentially to the happiness of mankind at any rate. Those who possess all three, health, wealth, and love, find nothing else which can be added to their cup of happiness. 4. We have found that a universal substance is all health, all substance, and all love, and that the mechanism of attachment whereby we can consciously connect with this infinite supply is in our method of thinking. To think correctly is therefore to enter into the secret place of the Most High. 5. What shall we think? If we know this, we shall have found the proper mechanism of attachment, which will relate us to whatsoever things we desire. This mechanism may seem very simple when I give it to you, but read on. You will find that it is in reality the master key, the Aladdin's lamp, if you please. You will find that it is the foundation, the imperative condition, the absolute law of well-doing, which means well-being. 6. To think correctly, accurately, we must know the truth. The truth then is the underlying principle in every business or social relation. It is a condition precedent to every right action. To know the truth, to be sure, to be confident, affords a satisfaction beside which no other is at all comparable. It is the only solid ground in a world of doubt, conflict, and danger. 7. To know the truth is to be in harmony with the infinite and omnipotent power. To know the truth is, therefore, to connect yourself with a power which is irresistible and which will sweep away every kind of discord, inharmony, doubt, or error, because the truth is mighty and will prevail. 8. The humblest intellect can readily foretell the result of any action when he knows that it is based on truth. But the mightiest intellect, the most profound and penetrating mind, loses his way hopelessly and can form no conception of the results which may ensue when his hopes are based on a premise which he knows to be false. 9. Every action which is not in harmony with the truth, whether through ignorance or design, will result in discord and eventual loss in proportion to its extent and character. 10. How then are we to know the truth in order to attach this mechanism which will relate us to the infinite? 11. We can make no mistake about this. If you realize the truth is the vital principle of the universal mind and is omnipresent. For instance, if you require health, a realization of the fact that the I in you is spiritual and that all spirit is one, that wherever a part is the whole must be, will bring about a condition of health, because every cell in the body must manifest the truth as you see it. If you see sickness, they will manifest sickness. If you see perfection, they must manifest perfection. The affirmation, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, will bring about harmonious conditions. The reason for this is because the affirmation is in strict accordance with the truth. And when truth appears, every form of error or discord must necessarily disappear. Yo, what's up, Archer? Welcome to the stream, bro. It's late. You really here? It's crazy. 12. You have found that the I is spiritual. It must necessarily then always be no less than perfect. The affirmation, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, is therefore an exact scientific statement. 13. Thought is as spiritual activity as spirit is creative. Therefore, the result of holding this thought in mind must necessarily bring about conditions in harmony with the thought. 14. If you require wealth, a realization of the fact that the I in you is one with the universal mind, which is all substance and omnipotent, will assist you in bringing into the operation the law of attraction, which will bring you into vibration with those forces which make for success and bring about conditions of power and affluence in direct proportion with the character and purpose of your affirmation. 15. That was a long sentence. Visualization is the mechanism of the attachment which you require. Visualization is a very different process from seeing. Seeing is physical, and therefore is related to the objective world, the world without. But visualization is a product of the imagination, and is therefore a product of the subjective mind, the world within. It therefore possesses vitality. It will grow. The thing visualized will manifest itself in form. The mechanism is perfect. It was created by the master architect, who doeth all things well. But unfortunately, sometimes the operator is inexperienced or inefficient, but practice and determination will overcome this defect. 16. If you require love, try to realize that the only way to get love is by giving it. The more you give, the more you will get. And the only way in which you can give it is to fill yourself with it until you become a magnet. The method was explained in another part. It was. You got to grab the book. You got to grab the book to, just yo, hi, 4.9K. You're right. Appreciate that. You're right. We all right. You see the numbers. It's cool. Who has learned to bring 17? I'm sorry, 17. Who has learned to bring the greatest spiritual truth into touch with the so-called lesser things of life has discovered the secret of the solution of his problem. One is always quickened, made more thoughtful by his nearness of approach to great ideas, great events, great natural objects, and great men. Lincoln is said to have begotten in all who came near to him the feeling awakened when one approaches a mountain. And this sense asserts itself most keenly when one comes to realize that he understands the things that are external, including the power of truth. Sorry, chat, my tongue got tired right then. 18. You subscribed is almost, in fact, it's almost a 5K, bro. We're gonna stay focused and lock in and hit that 5K. Facts. Confirmed it. 18. It is sometimes an inspiration to hear from someone who has actually put these principles to test, someone who has demonstrated them in his own life. I am today in receipt of a letter from a Mr. Andrews. He says, Dear friend, you will find my experience published in the March issue of Nautilus, and you are at liberty to make any extracts from or reference it to it that may suit your purpose. Sincerely yours, Frederick Andrews, Oddfellows Building, in Indianapolis, Indiana. 19. I was about 13 years old when Dr. T.W. Marcy, since passed over, said to my mother, There is no possible chance, Miss Andrews. I lost my little boy the same way. After doing everything for him that it was possible to do, I have made a special study of these cases, and I know there is no possible chance for him to get well. 20. She turned to him and said, Doctor, what would you do if he were your boy? And he answered, I would fight, and I would fight, as long as there is a breath of life to fight for. 21. That was the beginning of a long, drawn-out battle, with many ups and downs, the doctors all agreeing that there was no chance for a cure, though they encouraged and cheered us the best they could. 22. But at last the victory came, and I have grown from a little crooked, twisted cripple, going on about my hands and knees to a strong, straight, well-informed man. 23. Now I know you want the formula, and I will give it to you as briefly and quickly as I can. 24. I built up an affirmation for myself, taking the qualities I most needed, and affirming for myself over and over again, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I kept up this affirmation, always the same, never varying, till I could wake up in the night and find myself repeating it. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. It was the last thing on my lips at night and the first thing in the morning. Not only did I affirm it for myself, but for others that I knew needed it. I want to emphasize this point. Whatever you desire for yourself, affirm it for others, and it will help you both. We reap what we sow. If we send out thoughts of love and health, they return to us like bread cast upon the waters. But if we send out thoughts of fear, worry, jealousy, and anger, we will reap the results in our own lives. It used to be said that man is built completely anew every 7 years, but some scientists now declare that we build ourselves entirely over again every 11 months. So we are really only 11 months old. If we build defects back into our bodies year after year, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Man is the sum of his own thoughts, so the question is, how are we going to entertain only the good thoughts and reject the evil ones? At first, we can't keep the evil thoughts from coming, but we can keep from entertaining them. The only way to do this is to forget them, which means get something for them. This is where the ready-made affirmation comes in. When the thought of anger, jealousy, fear, worry creeps in, just start your affirmation going. The way to fight darkness is with light. The only way to fight cold is with heat. The way to overcome evil is with good. For myself, I never could find any help in denials. Affirm good, and the bad will vanish. Frederick Andrews. If there is anything you require, it will be well for you to Make use of this affirmation. It cannot be improved upon. Use it just as it is. Take it into silence with you until it sinks into your subconscious so that you can use it anywhere in your car or the tram, in the office, at home. This is the advantage of spiritual methods. They are always available. Spirit is omnipresent, ever ready. And all that is required is a proper recognition of his omnipotence and a willingness or desire to become the recipient of his beneficent effects. If our predominant mental attitude is one of power, courage, kindliness, and sympathy, we shall find that our environment will reflect conditions in correspondence with these thoughts. If it is weak, critical, envious, and destructive, we shall find our environment reflecting conditions corresponding to these thoughts. 31. Thoughts are causes and conditions are effects. Herein is the explanation of the origin of both good and evil. Thought is creative and will automatically correlate with its object. This is cosmological law and the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. The recognition and application of this law will determine both beginning and end. It is a law by which in all ages and in all times the people were led to believe in the power of prayer. As thy faith is, so be it unto thee. It is simply another, a shorter, and a better way of stating it. Your next exercise is to visualize a plant. Take a flower, the one you most admire, bring it from the unseen into the seen. Plant the tiny seed, water it, care for it, and place it where it will get direct rays of the morning sun. See the seed burst. It is now a living thing, something which is alive and beginning to search for its means of subsistence. See the roots penetrating the earth. Watch them shoot out in all directions, and remember that they are living cells, dividing and subdividing, and that they will soon number millions, that each cell is intelligent, that it knows what it wants and knows how to get it. See the stem shoot forward and upward. Watch it burst through the surface of the earth. See it divide and form branches. See how perfect and symmetrical each branch is formed. See the leaves begin to form, and then the tiny stems, each one holding aloft a bud. And as you watch, you see the bud begin to unfold, and your favorite flower comes to view. And now if you concentrate intently, you will become conscious of a fragrance. It is a fragrance of the flower as the breeze gently sways the beautiful creation which you have visualized. When you are enabled to make your vision clear and complete, you will be enabled to enter into the spirit of a thing. It will become very real to you. You will be learning to concentrate, and the process is the same. Whether you are concentrating on health, a favorite flower, an ideal, a complicated business proposition, or any other problem of life, every success has been accomplished by persistent concentration upon the object in view. In the end, thought rules the world. There are times when impulses and passions are more powerful, but they soon expend themselves, while mind, acting constantly, is ever ready to drive them back and work when their energy is exhausted. J. Makosh. Part 9, Questions and Answers. What is the imperative condition of all well-being? Well-doing. What is the condition precedent to every right action? Right thinking. What is the underlying condition necessary in every business, transaction, or social relation to know the truth? What is the result of a knowledge of truth? We can readily foretell the result of any action that is based upon a true premise. What is the result of any action based upon a false premise? We can form no conception of the result which may ensue. How may we know the truth? By a realization of the fact that the truth is the vital principle of the universe and is therefore omnipresent. What is the nature of truth? It is spiritual. What is the secret of the solution to every problem? To apply spiritual truth. What is the advantage of spiritual methods? They are always available. Excuse me. What are the necessary requirements? A recognition of the omnipotence of spiritual power and a desire to become the recipient of its beneficent effects. Thought means life, since those who do not think do not live in any high or real sense. Thinking makes the man. And instead of doing tonight's exercise from the book, I'm going to help you do the exercise for tonight's exercise from the book and from a different book. So I was just reading, and I guess it was perfectly timed, perfectly well timed, right? I have been seeing this book every single day. What I'm reading, bro, I'm reading right now. I just finished the Master Key System. You feel me? Well, didn't finish. We just read chapter 9, right? What we're about to do is exercise at the end of chapter 9. But right now, I'm about to show y'all practicing the power of now, right? And what I found right before I did the stream tonight, I've been seeing this book every single day. When my grandma came to the crib for Thanksgiving, she picked this book up and she wanted to read it so bad. So I seen it right here on my desk earlier, and I was like, I might as well read it. And it gave me exactly what I needed for tonight's chapter. It works out so perfectly, I promise. Um, all right. Now let's get to that part in the book. There we go. Freeing yourself from your mind. The good news is that you can free yourself from the mind. This is the only true liberation. You can take the first step right now. We're about to. Start listening to the voice in your head as often as you can. Pay particular attention to any repetitive thought patterns, those old audio tapes that have been playing in your head perhaps for many years. This is what I mean by watching the thinker, which is another way of saying listen to the voice in your head, be there as a witness in presence. When you listen to that voice, listen to it impartially. This is to say, do not judge. Do not judge or condemn what you hear. For doing so would mean that the same voice has come in again through the back door. You'll soon realize there is the voice, and here I am listening to it, watching it. This is I am realization. This sense of your own presence is not a thought. It arises from beyond the mind. So when you listen to a thought, you are aware not only of the thought, but also of yourself as the witness of the thought. A new dimension of consciousness has come in. Okay, so how does that help us with this book right here? What did I say the first chapter of this book was about? The first 2 chapters of this book was about when we first started. You probably weren't here because we got some new people here, right? So the first 2 exercises in the Master Key System are 2 exercises that differentiate you from your thoughts and your mind, right? They remove you from only believing that you are your mind, and they also remove you from believing that you are the thoughts in your head, right? What did I just read? This, I'm telling you, when it's this consistent, bro, you feel me? When it's this consistent, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying, I'm just saying when it's this consistent, that's all I'm saying. You feel me? The good news is that you can free yourself from your mind. This is the only true liberation. You can take the first step right now. Start listening to the voice in your head as often as you can. Pay particular attention to any repetitive thought patterns, those old audio tapes that have been playing in your head perhaps for many years. This is what I mean by watching the thinker. This exercise is exactly what we did in chapter 1 and chapter 2's exercises of the Master Key System. And how will this also help in chapter 9's exercise of the Master Key System? Well, I will keep reading. We're not there yet. But let me explain why this helps in week 1 and week 2. Week 1 and week 2 are about differentiating yourself from your thoughts and the noise inside your mind. What did I just read about? Differentiating yourself from the thoughts and noise in your mind. But I gave you a different perspective in this book. This is what I mean by watching the thinker. When we are doing the 15 minutes of silence exercise from chapter 1 of the Master Key System and chapter 2 of the Master Key System, you're watching the thinker. You're not interacting with the thinker. If you need a different alternative way to catch what I'm reading from these books, you're watching, you're not interacting. And even if you do interact, you realize that you're not the other, the other noise. Don't turn into a skits, you feel me, and get scared because there's something outside of yourself there. Just realize that it ain't you. It ain't that big of a deal. Don't make it bigger than what it is. It's mad smooth. But realize that that's not you. You feel me? That's it. Once you realize that's not you, you can watch freely. You don't have to interact. You don't take on those emotions from whatever thought that is. And you're free to change your thought patterns from that moment forward. Right? And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to help you with, bro. So this is what I mean by watching the thinker, which is another way of saying listen to the voice in your head. Be there as the witnessing presence. When you listen to that voice, listen to it impartially. This is to say, do not judge. Do not judge or condemn what you hear. For doing so will mean that the same voice has come in again through the back door. You will soon realize there is the voice, and here I am listening to it, watching it. This is the I am realization. This sense of your own presence is not a thought. It arises from beyond the mind. Smash smooth right there. They collide. I'm telling you, I read them right before each other for a reason. All right. Now, instead of watching the thinker, you can also create a gap in the mind stream simply by directing the focus of your attention into the now. Just become intensely conscious of the present moment. How to stop the thinker from thinking? Come back to reality. If you don't want to go and watch the thinker and witness the thinker, right, and you just want to stay present, then just stay present. It's also just that simple. These are alternative methods. Just stay present, right? Whenever you catch yourself drifting off into thinker land, stay present. Alternate methods, man. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you all the avenues. Giving you all the avenues. You feel me? Stay. You always got to stay that course, bro. You can hop off, get a better one. All right. This is a deeply satisfying thing to do. In this way, you draw consciousness away from the mind activity and create a gap of no mind in which you are highly alert and aware but not thinking. This is the essence of meditation. Okay, and now we're going to keep going. Enlightenment arising above thoughts. There we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted to bring you to. This is going to help with week 9 of the Master Key System. Now, here we go. Emotion, the body's reaction to your mind. Mind, in the way I use the word, is not just thought. It includes your emotions as well as all unconscious mental emotion reactive patterns. Emotion arises at the place where mind and body meet. It is the body's reaction to your mind, or you might say a reflection of your mind in the body. The more you identify what you're thinking, your likes and dislikes, judgments and interpretations, which is to say, the less present you are as the watching consciousness, right? You become an interactor. You become not a watcher, but an interactor. We're not trying to interact with them. The stronger the emotional energy change will be, whether you're aware of it or not. If you cannot feel your emotions, if you're cut off from them, you will eventually experience them on a purely physical level as a physical problem or symptom. Now, that jumps right into chapter 3 of the Master Key System, where we went from mind here, right, to the body. You see how they work together? It's crazy. These two books just kind of work together, bro. That's all I'm saying. But the exercise we did in chapter 3 of the Master Key System is a relaxing the body exercise, right? It's crazy how we already got to here already. But it's a relaxing the body exercise. It's what you remember that your body is supposed to be relaxing, right? We do it when we sleep naturally, right? Everybody tells you that when you sleep and you have good sleep, then your body is naturally healing, right? But wouldn't you want to be able to do that naturally? Like you naturally already can? Well, the easiest way to do that is by experiencing yourself. And I'm gonna tell you how to experience yourself real quick. You can experience yourself, let that joint go mad fast, and then move on with your life. And I'm gonna help you. Okay, here we go. If you have difficulty feeling your emotions, start by focusing attention on the inner energy field of your body. Feel the body from within. This will put you in touch with your emotions. If you really want to know your mind, the body will always give you a truthful reflection. So look at the emotion, or rather feel it in the body. If there were an apparent conflict between them, the thought will be the lie, the emotion will be the truth. Now listen to this. The thought will be a lie and the emotion will be the truth, not the ultimate truth of who you are. Not the ultimate truth of who you are. We got to stay there for that one. Not the ultimate truth of who you are, but the relative truth of your state of mind at that time. So if you have a physical conflict with a thought that you say you're in the process of changing your mental conversation, right? And you're filling yourself up with positivity, some positive thoughts, some positive affirmations, but your body aches at the same time. What is that? In this little paragraph right here, it tells us why that happens, right? If there's an apparent conflict between them, the thought will be the lie, the emotion will be the truth. That means your body has rejected that positivity because at that moment, your body was in a negative state, right? That's all that means. It doesn't mean that's truth. It doesn't mean you have to stay negative. That means you were able to tell where your body was. I made an affirmation game video a long time ago, and it was just to do this exact thing. If you say affirmations, if you read through a list of words, you can feel in your body which side of the list you align with for real. It's mad easy to figure out what you align with. If you write positive words on the left and negative words on the right, and you read the list, you will literally feel your body reacting to the list of the words, right? And if you read the positive words and your body starts aching, that means you don't believe that positivity. And if you read the negative side and you feel chill, that means you're comfortable with that. You now it's time to change your mental processes. That's easy. It's an easy way to find out. It's mad simple. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to give out mad simple stuff. It's mad simple, mad easy stuff to do. So list the words on each side of the paper. Good, not so good. Read them out. See how your body reacts. And if you react negatively to positive stuff, then it's time to change your mental habits. It's time for some habit changes. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But if you're cool with the positivity and your body reacts not so good to the negative words, you feel me? Then you know you're on the positive side of things, and stay the course. Stay the course. That's all you got to do there. If you're already good on the positive side, stay the course. Why you don't even pay no mind? Skip this. Go somewhere else and stay the course and do your job, because you're supposed to be giving some positivity to somebody else. You feel me? So stay the course on that positive road, and then let me help the other people who gotta switch lanes real quick. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's keep reading. Now, not the ultimate truth, and that's all I'm saying. It's not the ultimate truth. Your body won't tell you the ultimate truth. It'll just tell you what you're aligned with currently, right? But the relative truth of your state of mind at that time. You may not yet be able to bring your unconscious mind activity into awareness as thoughts, but it will always be reflected in the body as an emotion. And of this, you can become aware. To watch an emotion in this way is basically the same as listening to or watching a thought, which I described earlier. The only difference is, and this is why this is good for week 9 of the Master Key System, that while a thought is in your head, an emotion has a strong physical component and is primarily felt in the body. You can then allow the emotion to be there without being controlled by it. You are no longer the emotion. You're the watcher, the observing presence. If you practice this, all that is unconscious in you will be brought into the light of consciousness. Make it a habit to ask yourself, what's going on inside of me at this moment? The question will point you in the right direction, but don't analyze, just watch. Focus your attention within. Feel the energy of the emotion. If there is no emotion present, take your attention more deeply into the inner energy field of your body. It is a doorway into being. And that is exactly why this is the exact place you need to go to see that flower within. And that's why I read this. What's going on inside of me at this moment? These are great questions to ask just to get you started in the right direction. What's going on inside of me at this moment? That question will point you in the right direction. But don't analyze, just watch. The same thing with this flower, right? When I read the exercise for tonight for the Master Key System in chapter 9, he wanted you to be there present in that moment while watching a flower grow from a seed in the dirt to roots in the ground to sprouts coming out of the ground to buds on the flower to the full bloom, right? To see the entire thing from start to the end, right? Here, if you do this right here, focus your attention within, feel the energy of the emotion. If there is no emotion present, take your attention more deeply into the inner energy field of your body. It is a doorway of being. That is the entrance to the door, right? That is how you enter the door. And that is why I call this channel the Limitless Core. You feel me? Bars. I didn't even set that up. Perfect. I tell you, perfect timing. It's crazy. But you take your energy within, around the belly, right behind the belly. That's what I'm gonna tell you. And there's a nice place where dreams become reality. You feel me? There's a nice place right in there where dreams become reality and where things turn around immediately right in your favor. And that is where you watch the flower grow. And that is where I want you to go. You feel me? I want you to go in there and I want you to watch the flower grow. Now, you're gonna have to do this exercise by yourself tonight. I'm gonna go to bed with my wife. It's 1:25 in the morning, and you feel me? And I'm going to the beach with her first thing in the AM so that she can get some videos for her channel. So that is what I have for you tonight. I want you to go inside, go deep, right behind the belly. Is a wonderful place where dreams become real, and that's where I want you to go. And I want you to watch a flower start from a seed in the dirt to the roots in the ground to a stem poking out to the buds on the stems, and to the flowers full bloom. Now you've watched something from the beginning to the end. Now, that is what I got for y'all tonight. I will be doing exercise with y'all tomorrow. I hope you enjoy today's reading. We did 2 readings of today's books tonight. The Master Key System, which is our, you feel me, our weekly read. And then The Power of Now, which I've had for a while, read a couple times. Well, not fully, read a couple times whenever it's come to me to read this book. I always find something new every time I read. I just enjoy reading, to be honest. I enjoy reading, I enjoy discovering, and I enjoy this. So this is what I do. But I'm out. I'm going to bed because my best friend's upstairs, and that's what I'm gonna do. so I'm out. That's it. All right, that's it, chat. I mess with y'all for real on this way, and all around the world. You feel me? I'm out of here. We all got that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today. And we all got that limitless core. And we out. Peace. And I mess with y'all for